Obviously, a very special good evening and come on Adom TV. The big agenda Jumadi and Russell see the brief summary accompanying on Siabe Boasana. The news at 6 about. Good evening. Medini Kwasia Sempa. Now big agenda and then you in Sembieno. The big conversation I was about the new patriotic party or national executive elections or Mobabeko. Why never winning the national organizer position? And did I have a gentleman contesting for the national organizer position? But the breaking news by quite shocking. A lot of Ghanaians say Kasafaho as a decision by government to go to IMF. Indeed, the new patriotic party can say IMF is a no-no, but the release a fee. The Ministry of Information signed by the Sector Minister Honorable Kojo Ponkroma. Said the President has directed the Minister of Finance to engage after the President himself spoke to the IMF boss. And to the coming days, at the end of the big agenda, you try and one by a bar. My guest, my introduction, stay tuned here. I was saying, I'm more about now. I try and one by my catcher. Say indeed, the big one on big agenda and enumerate the NPP Ebekwa Batu Onomako ye or more national executive officers now indeed. Yasha, who will lead them to break the 8? One of the gentlemen contesting for the position of national organizer, Eric Amwakuchum. Indeed, a lot of people have said this gentleman will lead here, we can break the 8 as national organizer. But what does he have to offer? Maybe Sana, Eric.
Yeah, me adom.
Indeed, it's been a while.
No,
yeah, right.
Say one for me.
Much over 2 hours on the
because baby, I'm beside me contested national youth organizer.
As though you are above national.
That's just say I say me funny say compliment.
But the position is national organizer.
National organizer. I don't know.
But why national organizer?
Well, I mean, when you say political party, biano, you need to do when you say a bedi inkunim na ya form a government. Na sa government no so no ebu oman na oman enya aban no ho eso mfa so. Right. Enti no say when you break say the nyina ye ka no say ye pese break 8 no. Say when you break say o pese o break 8 dia. Aye ade bia NC da. Na ye wo sa impempenso we dia. Na just say who be here say obi te say me. Right. Metumi ho esi ho. Na ma bon apro na master party for say omomfa dwumadi no yede enhye mensa. Empempi no ya kan organizer ya na nipa ni bebre o madwen eyo montanta kakra. Yeah. National organizer no wo dwuma ne say party no a very party organizational fairness and structure unit no. Una oda no. Into your women's wing, your youth wing and your Nasara. Answer na party ni na. Wo dwuma so ne say utimi any director of communication. Right. Mudin South. Mudu say mu ye dwuma bom. If it's organizing no. Veronica, we can't organize without communicating. Okay. Let's just say we here say obi take communication and so ase. Obi so what managerial expertise okay. Why ye dwuma no betimi ni pa so ayde. Aye dwuma. Now otese ne ye forming teams. Say obi obetimi ni nipa bebre aye dwuma na ye ni so adi hu na ye was say person you break 8 no. You bet me break 8.
But Eric, there are a lot of people in your party say you are too gentle to be a national organizer. Because positioning here be a radical, it's like a war front.
And now
too reserved.
You see, it's a misconception. Now they be a matisa same way. Now nipa na omukasa na omunte edwuma say national organizer ase. But even apart from that, you know, I mean, come on, don't show me now. Show more contest. Only me contest ya. Say, radicalism ne obi o say ebasa emema yemfa mema nko ye bibia. Omo bibia no betimi ai. And now no NDC for omo ye omo demonstration who omo national organizer. Yeah. Who obi o national organizer.
Joshua Kamba.
Exactly. He's a leader of men. And you know, enye no Chobe no na yede organize nipa. Sebe uhia bia. Sometimes no kra no se bibi ba. Ubenya ntobo ase no wadwen ho no hu die ese wo ye efa ho. E na fe so nipa ho adwuma na ye. Professors omoto aba. Doctors omoto aba. Teacher for to aba. Journalists to aba. Yeah. Omo bobo to aba. Omo ye penny say central for omo to aba omo nyina Ghana for nyina omo ye juma taxi drivers na to aba omo nyina no say ye organize you na ye can be to omasom na omo timi eto aba ema ya party no say be untimi nkogina simpiezo wa na unkemu chobe na ukamu wi a I don't know just about organize a political party there be and a political parties your structures you were ema eku ho you were mebunu eku ho you Nasara you know zongo community so eku and your party no structure ni na and you Ghana fo a ye outside of sa nkoku ya maboboy what you say obi to say bia obi a or ye creative arts for example
okay.
It's a constituency on its own. Yeah. And you know, as national Ghana, they should have the intellect to be able to understand what these people in that particular constituency, say geographical. What you saying? Yeah, marketing here, they did that. Segmentation.
Oh, your background is marketing.
Yes, and targeting. What you saying? To be a teacher near as a political party, your idea, ubeya mana, na se ubeka to nasuma. Obama we didi o say whole party no eba bema omunyo constituencies. So apart from the geographical constituencies near one in branches near the ade no obi bia o omanima we di mfiedu wotwe a apa ho no eto aba ema yeyi esankofo ni nyina no ye organize omo
okay
ye ka bibi to omasom ye ne omo di nkomo na internet communication no ehu hia party omo tro ye party no constitution nkra no ema no ye ade a omo share that board din say we are national organizer I saw the communication director no ejuma
okay
ebom nti say gentle so only gentle and all that and that's not the point okay. Apart from that and politics na to see no you the abare for kwan so kran na politics and now me no ka say emebu no a na ye to aba na no we di 14 15 16 17 e bi wo kra no we di 18 so na ye trade in nti no me ntimi anto aba no and no mo to aba Sankrofon engineer simpie so chobe ever nkomo omo meto about because they are receptive on the social media. What you say? Nipa de bebre so to about no share statistical service near last census yeah. Omo ye mebunu. And they are most receptive on online.
But are you that vibrant on social media? About the social media?
You see, some of these things
you need to appeal to them.
Of course, but this is not even me as an individual. It's policies and programs. Activities. I'll tell you one thing for free. What makes more young people receptive? Sports. We a radio station for sports, fashion, entertainment. Sometimes, politicians. May mad to say hardcore politics. Say GDP, inflation. No, into BBA no sports na asempa anopa. Na ye can. Sports no. That is the platform that you as a political party, as a politician, need to be able to target. What I say? Because if you no say do Ariana say boy ekosi say asani pa don't tie.
But Eric, two questions.
No, they make what you say.
Yeah, me tia But two questions, man. You see, you are the ladies' man. A man the umbe to Obama. What about men, man? How do you convince them?
Where did you get that from?
Yeah, I picked it from the ground.
Really?
Yeah.
But that is also a good thing. Because you see, you need a national leadership or a national organizer that would appeal to different segments of your population to enable you to vote. Now, in any case, in Makra, we are sorry now anymore. I'm majority. Hey, now, because the majority of the population, but just a joke aside, the most important thing is to have a national organizer who understands what it takes to do the job. You see, one of the things I'll tell you for free. Apathy. You know, and sometimes as you've said, there's a political solution to dealing with apathy. There's no political solution to dealing with apathy. You see, I just said more high. Your friend be dissonance. Ebia obi abeto advert or ha. Bosomi miensa. Afi muka chen so but Adom de oba bosomi miensa no. Your sales be cost by 200%. Afi papa beto adverti I don't know induce 200%. So nti sa nipa no say ene sika ya me de come Adom foi ebia so amma fa so. E mi so ana ye frɛ bibi immersion esa wo ti nipa na se wo ti mu beso obi am wakɔ Ejumo no makwa tie adwuma o ye se na mo beti ebi kwa na advert nkwa na en sheda enye papa.
Okay.
And so not blaming medium.
Eric, my final question, and the memoir share delegate and him that feel address you. How do you feel, say, the incumbent national organizer endorse you before for to take over from him?
Well, I honestly don't have a problem with that. That is a choice. It's a personal choice. I believe strongly that an endorsement is an endorsement. But the reality on the ground is that we went into an election in 2020, and our performance was not anything to write home about. And by the virtue of the fact that the president had done an extremely decent job, Ghanaian people gave us the mandate. Look at the issues in parliament as we speak. So even an endorsement, yes, it's his right to endorse, but the party people will make that determination, that decision. I don't have a problem with people endorsing.
Okay, fellow delegates, your incoming national organizer for the NPP, look into your camera and address your fellow delegates.
Well, party people, Mijidi say ye nyina ye wo gidi say ye party no ena ye party a be magana etumpo ene ye gina mpempen so a ye kwakoto aba for national organizer mijidi say mo mami sa mo hye say no nyam na me ba na ma ba ye adwuma na me no ba ye adwuma e wo constituencies no ne branches no ne grassroots no ama nkunibide na ye pe no in 2024 no abem.
We are number say on the ballot paper.
Number 4.
Number 4. And you know, Eric Amwakuchim, number 4 on the ballot paper. From the 15th to the 17th, the Ejinem Accra Sports Stadium, Adom brands, here the platforms in India, Coho, and I'm sure say Eric Amwakuchim may be joining that day, any Akasa. So, fellow delegates, you know what to do. Over to you. Indeed, we wish you well.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
As well.
Thank you.
Yamin Kao.
Now, where did I short pal? Me fee wana maba.
Oh, that.
My platform is strong into here.
Yes, sir. But then, just before we go, I was wondering, the new patriotic party, Mobile Power, more catcher is the IMF. Is no. Why the U-turn? Because I'm watching the release, the statement, the information minister they buy, and 1st July, why?
Only way they ambush without answer. You see, I'll tell you something for free. Economics, and a constant. You can even be affected by situations. They say environmental analysis, and I'm going to say your COVID situation after the last 2 years. I find a free ma. Am I saying no? Are finding places to try to make sure say economy no a certain level. Russia-Ukraine crisis. Sanema we know so our ripple effect. Your forex. Inema say we sika semo ho the city no ho odin. Any sanema ni affect over a certain period. If openifre be supply chain exigencies. And I'm making some more cranium fee. I'm on time before COVID ne buy no. Na say utua $1,000 and now utua $8,000, $9,000. Tini nyina no ka ho ama we assume afana nyina ayeden kakra. Of course, as any economist, you know, we be analyzing current circumstances. Now we're taking certain decisions. Of course, I know why you're asking this question. Say if you are in times past, you know, you can say if you are young call IMF. Yeah. But it's also an option. The option is that Ghana for no. Yani amansan bebre itua to IMF.
No, but I'm catch Ghana for say IMF. No.
And make us say, you see, there's always a certain situational analysis. What you say. And as any responsible government, you know, to say about statement about Bontin, the government will get an opportunity to come and talk to the Ghanaian people and explain to them why it's important. Say at this point in time, you know, you better call IMF. Apart from that, you know, it is not the money from the IMF per se. You know, say you do some pension, it gives us a certain room for other people outside of your economy, you know, to have some confidence in the economy, so that economy no everybody show na Ghana for in us.
But I was Eric Amwakuchime contested for the position of national organizer. Number 4 on the ballot paper, you know what to do. Eric, me discharge you here. I mean, come on, Mr. The economist on the line, you know, and come on indeed. And on my entertainment, say, but ultimate class and drink when you're ready, be about
I'm a tongue come, Joseph.
Great.
Yeah, man, it's okay.
Me patch you. I hope so. What to make? Yes, say.
Metonka.
Okay, Doctor Desakode, that's me boy. And to me patch, is that the way to go? Any here, IMF.
Yes, it's a necessity now. We are in need of it. We need a support. Here, stability in our economy. There's here inflow of funds. And the IMF for no best say as ama. There's inflow of funds. Hey, me catch you. Is it okay?
Oh, me patch, I see that now. Hi.
And see, idea is here. I think that the government was weighing its options. So, in Kabia 11 in the scap, Kakaba Berno, and inflow from international commercial banks near them, but it didn't happen. So, once you have, no matter how good your policy is on paper, so when you implement your and you hear, abiding need financing, serious financing. And again, it is not the money itself that IMF not the brain, but the doors it will open for other investors to come in. And here, so the government needs serious financing. Abiding the fiscal position is very bad, very bad.
That is, apart from IMF e-levy, does it mean say now buying ultimately raise this from other sources?
Yeah, the other sources would have been syndicated loan, but that is to get loans from bilateral places like other nations. But it's a we are be on children to one and so that option wasn't viable. The other one would have been the domestic bonds. But domestic bonds are very expensive. They say treasury bill rate are now over 20%. Government bonds are about 25%. So we have more of that now. Abano on the bill now the So the best way is to seek external financing. And external and also buy solve two problems. Inflow of funds to finance development and stabilize it also. Because also we have more supply of dollars now. That is why anytime I am a program, you have some stability because of the inflow of funds and identity. Yes, all the other options,
But there is actually a final question. The other time at IMF, saw there was a freeze on employment. Possibly, you ever see who be visa?
What I know is IMF will be strict on what they call fiscal consolidation, as in bridge the gap between revenue and expenditure. That's the budget deficit. You narrow the budget deficit, and then maybe you renegotiate some of the loans. What do you call it? Debt restructuring and reprofiling, and also and see how to break the gap between revenue and expenditure. They may ask government to up its game to raise revenue. Not necessarily introduce a new tax which will overburden Ghanaians, but maybe to plug the loopholes, be efficient in the mobilization and all that, and also be efficient in the expenditure management. In Honona, or still discipline in government, so by your fiscal discipline. Ama watching I kind of in some watching me actually, and that way, no. But as to the freeze on employment near, we don't know whether it will be contained in the document. So let's wait for the document. Let's wait for what happens during negotiations. But you're right, because over the years, and anytime they place a freeze on public employment.
Okay.
So there's that fear. Even as I speak with you, and then maybe crack up I will be home. It is a free teachers, training allowance because.
Dr. Desakode, me and us why we have thrown off here having extensive discussion. Dr. Desakode, economist and you're but finally, don't you think you're already in opposition going to IMF?
Oh, I don't believe so. I don't believe so. You see, the NPP has a story, a very brilliant story to tell. Now, in the midst of all of these challenges, I'll give you two examples, if you allow me.
You have 30 seconds.
Okay. President Kufuor brought the national health insurance. Before President Kufuor came, there was something called cash and carry. Can you imagine that as a parent today, if in the midst of these challenges, you had to find money to take your child to the hospital? Second one, free SHS. You mentioned free SHS. There are generations of families in this country that, for one reason or the other, their kids will never had an opportunity to go to. But that is why I'm saying that we have a story to tell. That in spite of all these challenges, there's a government that anytime the NPP government is in power, puts together policies and programs that has long-lasting positive impact on the Ghana.
Badly.
No, not at all. Not at all. Badly. We have an opportunity. Listen, we have an opportunity to go back to the Ghanaian people.
Thank you.
And fix
Eric
the issues. And make sure that
for national organizer NPP #4 on the ballot. Big agenda. Medini Kwesi Asempa. Good evening.